Hello everyone, welcome to some advice on how to make a good slide presentation so you can get all your points on the project. First off, an issue I see a lot is contrast. You got to make sure that your background and your text are very different colors. As you can see here, I picked a theme, which is probably one of the best ways to go. And the theme automatically had a very dark background and a pretty light foreground, so it's pretty easy to see. You want your audience to be able to see what's on the screen, and you also want to see what's on the screen. Don't do this. Just because you can read it doesn't mean that it's comfortable to read, all right? And I'm not saying don't do a bright background, you can. But if you do something like this, black or white on a bright background shows up pretty nicely. The same thing kind of goes for if you use a picture as a background. It can look very nice. I know why people would want to do it. But just make sure that your text is enough contrast with your background if you do that. Okay? Don't just type huge paragraphs on your slide presentations, then read it word for word to your audience. Your audience can read, and you just reading off of the slide doesn't really add anything to the experience. In fact, it's a surefire way to get your audience to tune you out because they can usually read the text on the screen faster than you can say it. If they wanted to just read your information, they would have looked it up online and read some articles for themselves instead of listening to your presentation. Make it engaging. Additionally, it isn't very aesthetically pleasing to look at a huge wall of text on a slide. It's much nicer and more engaging with a small amount of text and you talking more about your points. Think you got the point there? Use bullet points, okay? I know a lot of people like to use note cards, but basically, if you have a good enough slide presentation and you're well-versed enough in your topic, you don't necessarily need them. You can use your slides as bullet points. I'm not saying you can't use them. You absolutely can. But it kind of helps with your, or it can, I know they can be helpful, but you could sometimes just substitute your slides so you don't have to basically make double, okay? Elaborate. It tells the audience that you understand your topic if there's one bullet point on there, and then you can keep talking about it, and they want to listen to you, right? They don't have to sit there and read everything. They're there to listen to you. That's what a presentation is for. Make eye contact with the audience. It's not a very good presentation if you are turned around and reading off your slide presentation and we see the back of your head. We're not looking for the back of your head, we're looking for the front of your head, okay? And speak loudly. Usually when we do presentations, I will be sitting in the very back, and if I can't hear you, that's not good, right? You're trying to show off your knowledge of your content, and if I can't hear you talking about your content, you're probably not going to get a lot of points. Pictures. Use them. I know, ironically, I didn't necessarily use a lot in here, but make sure you use relevant pictures. Sometimes it can be fun to put in, Bart Simpson or something, but I highly doubt that in science you're actually giving a presentation on that. So use relevant pictures, okay? If you have a topic that you're talking about and there are beautiful pictures of your topic, why not include them, right? It gives your audience a better idea of what you're talking about. Additionally, videos. Those can be amazing, but do not make them your whole presentation. If I give you 5 minutes for your presentation and you show a 4.5-minute video, again, I could have just sat down and looked that video up online and watched that instead of have you do your research and get all your data together, okay? Basically a maximum of about 30 seconds to support your presentation, okay? You can include the timestamps on the slides. I'll totally admit I'm not quite sure how to clip them. I've seen it happen before, but I have to look more into that myself. So that you know what segment to use. And you can also embed your video in the slides so that you don't have to leave your slides in order to show your video. So for example, if I was doing a presentation on fire sprinklers, I embedded this video. It's from the slow-mo guys, so they do things in slow motion. I'm going to start at 4:17 and end at 4:40. I'll just give you a small taste of that, so you can hit play. Look, we haven't even left.
We're the slow-mo guys.
There we go. So you can see exactly how it works. And since this is just mostly the video, I can talk about this while it's going, right? I can give you the details, see it exploded when it got hot, and now the water comes gushing out. There you go. So those are some tips on how to make a good slide presentation. If you follow those, you will certainly be able to rack up some more points than you would have otherwise, right? Good presentation's not just the content, but how you actually show it. Have a good day.